What up, welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we are locked in. We have a new series alert on Netflix during our 31 days of Netflix in December. This is day 15 and this new series is called LaPalma on Netflix, of course. Now what this show is about, and it's a 4-part series and this is day 15 of 31 days. This is a Norwegian family vacation on LaPalma faces disaster when a young researcher discovers alarming signs of an imminent volcanic eruption. Now, LaPalma is in the Canary Islands, so it's off the coast of Africa, and there have been real theories about if this eruption actually happened, what could potentially come from it. But again, there's just theories. Now, before we jump into this and we break this down, if you like watching Netflix, if you want a different series to watch, well, this might be something good for you. It's a quick 4-series watch. So before you do, hit that subscribe button. Turn on that notification bell, hit that like button. We're on that road to 75,000 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you, but let's go ahead and jump into it. This is LaPalma on Netflix, day 15 to 31 days of Netflix. We start LaPalma off with episode 1 called Cry Wolf, and we see 2 women on this nice boat. They're off the coast of the island, and one of the women on the right, she lost her earring. The other one, they're talking about the guys that they're involved with and should she go pay him a visit. But she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go take a dip in the water. You know, I can't swim, so I'm not gonna get in the water, but to each his own. So she gets ready to hop in the water, while the other woman, she stays on the boat. While she's swimming in the water, she doesn't come back up. Her friend is nervous. Where's she at? We start to see the water boiling around the boat. And as you can see here, oh, it's steam everywhere. People on the boat, they're nervous, and out of nowhere, you start hearing some cracking. The glass beneath their feet cracks open and this water shoots through it. And let me say, RIP to these people on this boat. Now we have a family coming to this island. The father Fredrik, the mother Günther, the daughter Sara, and the unique son by the name of Tobias. So once they get to this island, they've been coming here for 7 years straight for Christmas. No better way to spend your holiday if you're in Europe than one of the Spanish islands or in Africa. It's just what we do over here. As they check into the hotel, they were supposed to have a rental car, but the rental car isn't prepared. The guy at the front desk, you can see that he's kind of flirting with the mother Günther, but he also upgrades them to a better apartment. It's a 2-bedroom apartment, so the kids get 1 room and the adults, they get their room because you got to be able to have your privacy while you're on holiday. There are a crew of scientists on this island who are monitoring tsunamis, earthquakes, things of that nature. You have that, of course, on a lot of these islands or any city that borders the ocean. Now, this is our girl Marie, and she's here and she's noticing that there was a little bit of a spike on the Richter scale from previous earthquakes. You remember that boat? There was a little earthquake there, and that's why the water started to boil. Marie and her crew, they go up into the mountains because there's a transmitter up there and she wants to see if the levels of water is changing how the mountain is or if there's been any cracks within the foundation of this mountain, because that's what they're tracking. They're following this volcano, which is on this island. So her and her crew, they walk up there and she's looking at the transmitter. And as of right now, things look normal, but you need to go further in the cave to see if there's been any changes. As Marie goes into the cave, she's looking at the other device. And what do they notice? They notice a crack that is a couple of meters wider than what it was when they first came out here and noticed it. So for them, this is a telltale sign that something is going on within the earth. Now, typically you would think it's erosion from the water going through it, but water would take years, decades to cause something this big. So this right here is a telltale sign that there's some kind of seismic shift in the earth. Back to Fredrik and his family, they're out enjoying their first day. Of course, the son wants to go swimming. Now, their daughter Sara has been looking on the internet and she sees that 2 people have died on a boat. But the mom is saying, hey, don't talk like that in front of Tobias. We also see that the parents, their relationship isn't as strong as we thought it was. You would think going on a vacation like this, they would have a deeper type of bond, but it really isn't like that. Sara, she's not really paying attention because mom told her to get off the news and not talk about people being unalive. She notices a girl across the pool with a couple of friends and they're having a grand old time. It looks like they all got 2 beers apiece. Just a casual Saturday if you ask me. But you can see that Sara and this woman, they're making eye contact, but Sara, she's a little bit nervous and she keeps looking away. The head scientist on the island is taking these kids on a little tour guide. This is something I would go do to get the history of the island and about what the volcano was about. Now remember, it goes gas, ash, lava. That's how volcanoes work. Now Maria's coming back and telling him, hey, we seen a crack within the mountain. We should probably look into it. But since he's been here so long and he's the expert, he's saying, oh, don't get worked up over that. That's nothing. Because of course you don't want to put a panic out there. So right now he's just saying we'll monitor it, but it shouldn't be anything serious. But Marie actually seen it firsthand. Now Hakor and Marie, they go back to the office and they're looking at the island. They're looking at a map of it. And what Hakor is saying is, hypothetically, if this volcano was to erupt, the last eruption was actually 2021, but it wasn't too bad. It was some lava that did come out, but he's saying if this volcano was supposed to be the big one, it would cause a huge tsunami, because side of the mountain, about the size of Manhattan, would go into the ocean, and this tsunami would be ridiculous, catastrophic. Marie goes home and she has a brother named Eric. Now they're both from Norway and he's here visiting her. And what he does is he deep dives. He doesn't have a job or anything. He's here visiting her. So it's pretty much a vacation. But while he's in the water, he sees and notices that the sea turtles are swimming away from the island. Now he's trying to tell his sister, like, yeah, man, there's been research about the sea turtles and they know what's going on with the earth. Same thing when thunderstorms come, tornadoes, anything of that nature, you'll see the animals, their natural instincts tells them to go a different way. So he's trying to tell her these turtles, they know something, and he's been in the water with them. But she's like, oh, don't think nothing about it, even though she knows that there's a potential crack in the mountainside, but it isn't that serious yet. Now our head scientist, he's talking to people about what happened on that boat. Remember, he looked in the newspaper and he noticed that the newspaper did mention the 2 people being unalive. Well, that's because it was a hot gas was the reason that they all died. So he's looking at it, he's like, wait a minute. But he doesn't want to jump to conclusions. And we know that Marie has already warned him. But you know, when you're the head guy, you don't want to put that false sense of scariness in the air. You remember the young lady that Sara was looking at? Well, her name is Charlie. She actually comes over and talks to Sara while she's sitting at the pool. And Sara is explaining that her brother, Tobias, he's on the spectrum. And he won't eat his food unless it looks exactly like the picture. Kind of like ADHD. And Charlie's like, yeah, we all have that. She likes to wait on the elevator. But what she does do is extend an offer to Sara to come and play volleyball with them, because they only have 5 people and you need 3-on-3. So Sara was like, she wants to go, but she can't because she has to watch her brother. Fredrik sees this and he knows that his daughter has been cooped up in the house. And at this age, 16, 17, you want to go out and experience life and have a little bit of fun. You don't really want to be around your family all day. So what he tells Sara is, hey, don't worry about it. If she offered you to play volleyball, go have fun. Volleyball is 3 hits, right? He's joking around with her, but he wants his daughter to go and make friends. And he's like, I'll stay with Tobias. You go enjoy your time. Sara heads over there to play volleyball. She's in awe. So you can see that there's kind of more than a friendship type vibe with her and Charlie. But she gets there to play volleyball. And right when she's getting ready to suit up and get out there and spike on these fools, well, guess what? Fredrik lost Tobias. So he comes down, Tobias! Sara, help me. We need to find Tobias. Tobias then ran off. Tobias then got out the pool and he then ran off on the island. When they go and find Tobias, he's actually on this little ledge overlooking the water. So they run over there to him, and when they look in the water, you can see that the sea turtles are actually leaving the island. Now at this point, they're just regular casual people. They don't know what this is. For them, this might just be a regular migration of sea turtles to them. So they're looking at it, and Tobias is in awe. But remember, Tobias is on the spectrum. He has a world of his own going on. He doesn't have a sense of danger in his mind. Maria's been keeping a close eye on what's going on within the mountain. Now she's talking about when the water goes through the rocks, there'll be minerals that are dragged through there, through the silt deposits and everything. But what we're noticing here is that isn't the cause. So now we can rule out that it's erosion and water going through the mountain causing this, because there's no minerals in there. So this has to do something with the tectonic plates, which is going to help cause a volcanic eruption. Fredrik and Jennifer go back to the house, and of course, we on holiday. We got to pour up a little bit, drink a little bit. So they're pouring up the finest of wine. Now remember, they were supposed to be getting a car, but the car wasn't there when they first arrived. So they're talking about how they got that extra room. They can do what adults do in there. But she starts asking how was the afternoon. Now remember, Tobias came up missing. But Fredrik, he's downplaying it because you don't want to get her in a frenzy. It's like, we found him, he's safe. So this is sometimes you gotta lie. So he doesn't want to tell her that, but he's like, everything is all good. But out of nowhere, we hear there's a knock at the door. It's the gentleman from the front desk. Now, Jennifer, she goes up and answers. He's like, hey, how's it going? Here goes your little agenda for the day. I hope you guys are liking the complimentary apartment we gave you. But as you can tell, it seemed like he was flirting with Jennifer. And we know that the relationship is a little rocky between Fredrik and Jennifer. So Fredrik comes up front. He's like, hey, man, where's my rental car? He's upset because he doesn't want this guy flirting with his wife. But the guy said, hey, my brother owns a dealership. We're going to give you a BMW, a nice BMW. So you can go around the island. You can go take a hike up in the mountains. So Jennifer, she's like, why are you acting like that? He was like, man, he was flirting with you. Jennifer is trying to calm him down, but they got to upgrade to a 2-bedroom apartment and a BMW. Hey, man, flirt with her all you want. You know, we live in a good life. I didn't have to pay for this. I'm not caring. We got to leave. It ain't like she's staying here. Now, when Maria and Hakor get up here, they go up to a cliff. And when they look down, well, there's a huger crack than they thought. When they went up under the mountain to see it through the cave, now they're on the top and they see that this crack has went all the way through. So this right here is a telltale sign that something very, very serious is going on in the mountain. So they start doing their measurements. They got this little laser beam to track how far it is across from this crack. And they're looking at it like, man, this is a little bit bigger than we were expecting. This right here really needs a warning. We need to put something out there to let people know that this isn't safe and to stay away from this ridge. And no sooner than they say that, steam starts coming out of the mountain. So they're running off and they're telling everybody, the people that are up here camping, y'all need to leave right now. This is very, very dangerous. Now, once I started seeing smoke and everything coming out of the ground automatically, I'm thinking this is a telltale sign and we need to get the hell away from here. But the campers, they're sitting here and they're like, la-dee-dee, la-dee-da. Marie and Hakor, y'all need to go right now. Now, after that happens, everyone around the island, they felt that, and you can hear how loud that was. So they're looking around. Fredrik's outside on the balcony drinking his wine by himself. The scientists, they're in the office like, what was that? Why are these readings going up? This isn't a good thing. All right, there you go. Episode 1 of LaPalma. Let me know what you think about it. If you were on the island, there was a potential for a volcano to go off. Are you sticking around to find out what's next? If I'm on the island and I hear an eruption or something that loud, let me be honest, I'm getting the hell up out of there. We're going to go ahead and book this return flight today, and we're going to get up out of here. There's no sticking around to find out. But let me know what you think. I'm MoedotJ. This is episode 1. Tune in tomorrow for episode 2 of LaPalma, the 4-part series in day 15 of 31 days of Netflix show. I'm MoedotJ. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.